What's up, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome to my TLC 2015 predictions video, where I go over what I think is going to happen at TLC this Sunday night. As of right now, I record this on Friday morning, they've only actually announced like 7 matches, so there might be more matches, there might be some pre-show stuff, you don't know. Things always change at the last minute, they announce shit at the last minute, etc., etc. So, I am just going to cover the 7 announced matches as of about 10 a.m. Friday morning. So, first and foremost, they just announced Ryback versus Rusev. No special stipulations, none of that stuff. It's just a straight-up rematch. That they've been having matches that have not had clean endings lately on TV. So they're going to have them fight again. And I would assume that Lana would be at ringside again. So I think the overarching theme that I'm hoping will take place at TLC would be to make the League of Nations look strong, because the stronger you make the League of Nations look, then I guess the better you make Roman Reigns and John Cena look when they come to squash them like a bug. So, that being said, I think Rusev being in the League of Nations, he's going to win this match. I didn't particularly care for the previous matches with Ryback and Rusev, so I think Ryback has been busting his ass. Like, him doing, a guy his size doing a corkscrew plancha is insane when you think about it. But I don't know where he really belongs on the card, but I think that if you're going to really establish your League of Nations, and you're going to do it at TLC, because we all know that once you finish TLC and until January, ain't shit gonna happen in WWE because it's the fucking holidays. So, that being said, I think that Rusev will win this match. Whether or not that's gonna involve shenanigans by Lana or not, we'll see. But I think that'll be the result of that match. Moving on, we have our Tag Team Tables Elimination match with the Wyatt family versus Team ECW. And just to go down who those 8 guys are, it is Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman, Luke Harper, Eric Rowan versus Tommy Dreamer, the Dudleys, and Rhino. And being an Elimination Tables match is kind of crazy. I'm not sure how much time they're going to give this match, but you gotta figure that means there are 7 guys who are going to go through. There are going to be 7 table spots in this match. That's a lot of table spots for one match. And in terms of who wins this match, now I know I've been complaining in the past, I don't know how many weeks of my Raw reactions, that the Wyatt family are essentially the Spirit Squad with beards because they can't seem to win any feuds. But I think Team ECW should be old enough, should be in a position as guys who have been in the industry to understand that when you are at that legendary status, you put over the new guys. You make the new guys look good. There is literally no reason for Team ECW to win this match. Obviously, Tommy Dreamer probably not sticking around. Rhino has been doing stuff at NXT, and whether or not they're going to keep the Dudley Boys, who knows? But they've all guys who've been around for like, 15, 20 years. So there's no reason for them to win this match. I think obviously you want to make the Wyatts look good for once, considering they've been losing how many times, in every feud they're in. He just reversed his Superman punch. And the Wyatts just lost to Taker and Kane last pay-per-view. So come on, give them something. Hopefully that they can at least take out Team ECW. Now, that leads us to the Chairs match with Alberto Del Rio and Jack Swagger. Now, the question here is going to be, is Zeb going to rejoin Swagger, or is Zeb, has he just scooted his way out of the WWE? And here goes Reigns to win the fucking belt. You gonna do it, Reigns? Get him, Sheamus. So, I think continuing what I said with that first match, he's just going to keep going for it. Continuing that first match, I think that hopefully the League of Nations will continue to be dominant. Now, one could argue that, you know, do they want to keep... he just won the belt. He just won the belt in like 5 minutes. Fuck you, Roman Reigns. Make him look strong, Sheamus. That was terrible. Alright, well, we'll get to our discussion on this in a few minutes here. But that's certainly a sight to get used to at some point. Alright, so as I was saying, Jack Swagger versus Del Rio in a chairs match. Is Zeb going to be on Swagger's side? Has he left? I think the continuing thing is that you should have the League of Nations looking strong, so I would say, is Del Rio going to go over here, or are they going to get the belt off of Del Rio so you don't have to have John Cena come back and squish Del Rio? Now, they did just announce for the December 19th house show, or some network thing, that Brock Lesnar is going to fight Del Rio. And will Del Rio have the belt at that point? Which would you put that belt on Brock Lesnar, the U.S. title? Would you put that belt on Brock Lesnar so that he could be beaten by John Cena when he comes back? I don't know. That's certainly just an idea to throw out there. But I think that, you know, at the end of the day, Jack Swagger is Jack Swagger, and Del Rio wins this match, this chairs match. Although, I guess this year there's no stairs match, because that was last year, was tables, ladders, and chairs, and stairs. And they had that weird-ass stairs match last year, which was like Big Show and Eric Rowan, which was terrible. Anyway, moving on, the WWE Divas title match, Paige versus Charlotte, with Ric Flair at ringside. I think Ric Flair at ringside means, you know, dirtiest player in the game, etc., etc. I think this feud is kind of not gone in the way that people thought it would go. They thought it would be a lot better than it currently is, and that's kind of a shame. But I think with Flair at ringside, that is an unnecessary advantage. Obviously, there could be some Becky Lynch stuff going on in here that could cause Paige to win it, but I think they're probably going to keep the belt on Charlotte for the time being in any event. So I'd say look forward to Charlotte probably retaining the belt here in this match. So that moves us on to the ladder match, triple threat. The Usos versus the Lucha Dragons versus your tag team champions, The New Day. And I think it's dangerous to have Sin Cara in a ladder match. Hopefully he does not manage to hurt himself again. But I don't necessarily, like, of these teams, the one who could, you know, conceivably actually win the belts would be the Usos. You know, obviously they've been tag champs before. But will they take the belt off of the most entertaining guys on the show? That is the question. Or will they allow New Day to retain? I think, as always, as long as you're doing 3-on-2-on-2, because obviously Xavier Woods is going to be at ringside unless he gets banned from ringside. 3-on-2-on-2 means there is still the unnecessary, as Michael Cole would say, the damn numbers game. And I think the New Day retains their belts because they have 3-on-2-on-2. So that's worked pretty well for them thus far. And they keep saying it's Freebird rules, but you know, when's the last time you actually had Xavier Woods in the match as the tag team title defender or whatever? Anyway, missed your flop there, Owens. That leads us to this match, Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens, which this feud is, like, I'm hoping this is going to be a good match. This feud not particularly has, like, been kind of dull, you know, it hasn't been, there hasn't been a lot of oomph to it, so I'm hoping they can make up for it in this match they're having. There's no, as far as I know, there isn't any weird stipulation, so it is just a straight up IC title match. I think they should continue to keep the belt on Owens. Like, believe me, I'm a fan of Ambrose, but as someone who also wants to see the IC belt actually mean something again, I think the best way to do that is to have a strong champion and have him continually defend it in excellent matches, and that was Dirty Deeds, and keep winning in his matches. So I'm going to say Owens here with the usual pop-up powerbomb out of nowhere or whatever. I think there could perhaps be some League of Nations shenanigans, because they were originally gonna have Owens in the League of Nations, but then he got sick and it wasn't at that Raw, and they were like, well, we're doing it anyway, fuck him, and then they put in Del Rio. But certainly there could be some League of Nations shenanigans where they want to get him in there, or they want to replace somebody. I don't know. That could happen. You never know. Anyway, that leads us to our main event for the evening. As I said, there are only 7 matches, so this is kind of a shorter video than I would usually do, because they had not said, if there's going to be any more than that. So, main event, as you saw in the first match there, and as I fucked up and had the wrong arena, I'm sorry about that, the main event was Sheamus, who is your World Heavyweight Champion, versus Roman Reigns, the Golden Boy, the Samoan John Cena, for the World Heavyweight title. And that, I think a lot of people are calling Roman Reigns only because they're hoping that he's going to be ready for it, and I'm still of the opinion that, like, if you're going to pull the trigger, just pull the trigger. Don't keep teasing it. Don't keep making us try to feel any kind of fake sympathy for Roman Reigns. Like, I don't feel bad for a guy that fucking big, right? He's like, 6 foot whatever, he's a built dude. Like, I'm not going to feel sympathy for him. He should be a badass and, take no prisoners style wrestler. Don't be fucking crying in the goddamn ring like he was at Survivor Series. It was lame. It was lame. And certainly, stop letting him talk. So, I thought the thing at Raw was lame. Is that it there? There's 2. I was so close. The thing at Raw, that ended Raw, that was supposed to be, the go-home thing to go watch TLC, was terrible. It went on way too long, and just really didn't make me want to watch this match, but obviously I'm going to watch this match. So, as I said, I think the overarching theme of the evening should be League of Nations being badasses and running roughshod, and hopefully making themselves look strong over the course of it. But obviously, if they just want to squash them now, I'd say at least wait a little bit for, the return of John Cena. If you're gonna squash him anyway, pop up powerbomb, then at least have John Cena do it, because fucking why not? Perhaps that'll fix your ratings. Anyway, I think that Sheamus is going to retain his title here tonight, and I don't think he's going to do it by himself. I think that the League of Nations, and perhaps the Authority, is going to assist in making sure that Sheamus retains his title. I think certainly in that kind of match where you have the belt suspended, you gotta climb the ladder, and there are no disqualifications, there are certainly, there's obviously a lot more chances at random ass shenanigans and run-ins and that kind of stuff, because the ref can't do shit about it, So I think because of that, that leans more heavily toward a Sheamus victory. I don't think they'll have, I think they've already filmed their tribute to the troops and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to foresee a lot of title changes because they've already filmed that stuff, or they're already, about to film it. Either way, you don't want to, have it be confusing, so they usually don't have title changes, because that will be spoilers for people who are actually there. I think they haven't filmed it yet. Maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I don't know. I don't know. In any event, we're going into the holiday season, so, usually major title changes are not going to happen because, whoa there, Owens, because, you're not going to have any major stories for the next 2 weeks, so kind of who cares? And then we start going into the Royal Rumble. I think it is certainly possible that Roman Reigns might win the belt at the Rumble, and then Brock might win the Rumble itself, and then they'll set up Brock and Reigns at Mania. That could certainly happen. But I say for this match, again, I will say Sheamus will somehow, by hook or by crook, retain his World Heavyweight title and keep that until at least the Royal Rumble. So that being said, this has been my TLC predictions video for TLC 2015. I will cut to the end of this match here to see who wins, to see who the computer thinks is going to win this match. But I will tell you that, as always, I am your host, Attack Slug. Stay tuned for more videos, and I will see you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out. And I'm out!